Yo, it's your boy Chef AT. We're back again with another short edition of Greenhouse Cooks. Today we're going to be making a vegan cabbage roll. We can go over our mise en place here. We have sage, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt. We have a red tomato sauce, jalapeno, one yellow onion. I have a head of cabbage, our impossible beef. I have jasmine rice. We have plant-based egg. We have our Jiffy corn mix. We have garlic, and we have our almond milk. So we're gonna get started here by taking the core out of our cabbage and we slice it in half, and we're gonna be boiling it down so we can get our sheets of cabbage for our rolls. So we're gonna get a little salt and oil in this pot. We're gonna look at it boiling, and we're gonna add in one head at a time. Now that the water's boiling, we're gonna go ahead and add in our head of cabbage, and we're just gonna turn it on each side, just kind of flipping it back and forth. You kind of want to work it around with the tongs to get those leaves nice and loose so we can peel them off. You don't want to be cooking this too long. You really just want them to be nice and soft enough so that you can get your roll completed without the cabbage splitting. You can save this inner core for a meal for another day. And we're going to let these go for a little bit longer, just until they're a little bit softer and a little more translucent. Now, once we get to our desired cook on the cabbage, which is just to be translucent and soft enough to roll, we're going to get it out and we're going to chill it on some ice cold water. While that's chilling, we're going to go ahead and get our cornbread made. For cornbread, you always want to go ahead and get your skillet started in that oven first so to get that nice brown bottom. Now, I usually make my cornbread from scratch, but this time I decided to try it from a Jiffy, and I want to use the egg replacement, and I want to see how it come out. And I think it turned out pretty good. I've used the egg replacement for a few baking dishes, and it seems to be a fair replacement, honestly. It's very simple. It is 2 tablespoons of the egg replacement to 1 tablespoon of water, and you just kind of whip it together. So we're just going to get that egg replacement added in, and we're just going to give that a nice whisk. Blend it in. You want to get that egg replacement mixed into the batter until you pretty much can't see that anymore. Now it's time to go ahead and get our filling started for our cabbage rolls. We're going to go ahead and add in our impossible beef. I'm going to add about 3/4 of this bag of rice into our mix. I'm going to add in our salt. I'm going to add in a bit of our sage. Add in our garlic powder, our onion powder. And we're going to put in some black pepper as well. And we're going to add in about a teaspoon to tablespoon of our garlic. So we'll go ahead and get our onion and jalapeno diced, and we'll get those tossed in the bowl as well. To keep a little spice level in here, I'm going to keep my seeds in my jalapeno. Usually we'll take them out for some recipes, but I'm not too worried about a spice level for this dish. I want a little kick. So you want to go ahead and get this folded in. You want to fold it in for about a minute and a half. And objective is to make sure that rice is all formed into the meat. You don't want to leave any air pockets. So when we make our rolls, it stays into a nice solid roll. Okay, now that we have our mix made, our cornbread in the oven, we have our cabbage ready, we're gonna go ahead and start our rolls. So I'll just be using a large tablespoon here. I'll be scooping in a bit of meat at a time. I'll be tucking my sides and I'll be rolling. Important note, you want to use a little olive oil in the bottom of your pan. And what I like to do once I roll them, I like to use a little olive oil on my fingertips and just rub a little bit on those rolls. So when they start to bake and roast, you get a nice brown glaze over them. Now we have our rolls all finished, nice and glazed. We're going to sprinkle a little salt and pepper over top of them, and then we're going to get them in our oven to roast. Now as our cabbage rolls are going in, our cornbread's looking like it's nice and ready. You'll tell by those golden brown edges. After about 15 minutes in the oven, these cabbage rolls will start to brown on top, and you kind of just want to give them a nice roll, turn them around, and let them brown on the other side as well. Last but not least, we're going to start our Uncle Ben's rice. Literally just be putting our pouches in, add in a bit of water, and letting it cook down. So about another 10 minutes in the oven, our cabbage rolls are ready to come out. Now the rolls can be completely up to your liking, but for these, I want a nice juicy center, so I took it out early. Now we'll go ahead and add our tomato sauce right over the top of these babies, and covering them nice and evenly, making sure that sauce gets to the bottom of the pan as well. I'm just gonna spread that around, like I said, making sure you're using a spatula to get that sauce worked into the middle and the bottom of those rolls. Now after about 10 minutes in the oven of letting that sauce cook into our rolls, this is what we come out with here. Now everything is finished, we're ready to plate and enjoy this delicious vegan dinner. This meal was absolutely delicious. If you give this meal a try, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you also subscribe and like the video. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.